Breaking news, Grambling State's Shaquilla Hill is now the first player in the history of Division I college basketball, male or female, to register 2 career quadruple doubles. Her latest came on Saturday night, 21 points, 16 rebounds, 13 assists, and 10 steals versus UAPB. More on that later, but now, let's start the fast break.
HBCU Gameday, baby. I don't think we can hear the answer to the question. Hey everybody, welcome to the Fast Break. I'm Tolly Carr in Atlanta. We are navigating Centennial Park here. The big game happened over the weekend, of course. There's a lot of excitement in the streets, but hey, there's a lot of excitement on the basketball court, and especially in the CIAA. Wally Pitt is in the Queen City.
Thanks, Tolly. I know you down there in Atlanta on the hunt for that Kaepernick jersey to wear around town for Super Bowl weekend, but y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Wally Pitt. I'm here at my home base, Charlotte, North Carolina, about to go into Brayboy Gym, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm here for one reason only. I gotta check out Amir Hinton, Division II basketball's leading scorer of the Shaw University Bears. They're in town from Raleigh to play Johnson C. Smith. And don't sleep on the Golden Bulls. They had a slow start to the year, but they're working some things together with their new duo of Casey Minor and Roddick Ross. SJG was here the other night where they got a big win over WSSU, and he caught up with Casey Minor after the victory.
Well, it's always intense, you know. We always want to get the win, but like I said, I'm comfortable with my teammates. My teammates make me comfortable. I make my teammates comfortable. We all got confidence in each other, and we go out there and play the game.
So SJG caught the Golden Bull dub from earlier this week. I'm about to head into the gym. Shaw University, Johnson C. Smith, Bulls, Bears. Don't get much better than this. Let's check it out. Game day in the Queen City, and I got a little CIAA South action as Johnson C. Smith plays host to Shaw University, and I came to Brayboy Gym to see a man about a bucket. Division II basketball's leading scorer and Philadelphia's own Amir Hinton. He's dropping 30 every time he steps into a gym, but Smith will hit you with a mean two-piece too, as Casey Minor and Roddick Ross averaged around 30 combined points themselves. The gym was packed, the crowd was rowdy, and we had ourselves a whole ball game. But before we get into these highlights, y'all know I gotta hit you with the pregame dunk contest. Roddick Ross blessed me with a nice 360, but those boys from Shaw had an illy array of windmills. Backwards, switching hands, rock the cradle. Shaw U had more jams than Quincy Jones in the pregame against Smith. Now this one was cracking right from the tip. Irvin Bennett finds Casey Minor for 2 to start things off. Shaw's Devon Dillard went 5 for 5 from 3 with 17 points in the first half. That man was out here stroking like Clarence Carter. But Roddick Ross had himself a monster of a first half. 24 points, 9 of 14 from the field, and 4 threes. We call him the boss. I heard his friends and family calling him Rock. Whatever nickname fits, he was trying to make you forget that Amir Hinton was the leading scorer in the CI. But that's pretty hard to do because, mama, there goes that man. Amir Hinton taking Casey Minor's lunch money. He shares some with Derek Randolph, who returns the favor with the alley to lay back to Amir. Casey Minor gonna get his face back though. Here he takes Amir Hinton to the bucket for a strong 2 points. Then he hits us with a nice step back 3. The Alpha's letting you know how it goes down in Brayboy.
already know what we got going on, man. We in Brayboy, you don't win here easy, man.
Amir Hinton started off a little slow, but he got it going in a real way late in the first half. Devon Dillard finds him in the open court for the one-handed flush. Don't nobody go to the rim for about 35-45 minutes, and somebody open up a window because that was just nasty. Hinton gets back to work with a little step back action of his own. Then he comes around on the curl and pulls up on Roddy Ross for 3. That ties the ball game up at 25 all. Then a loose ball ends up in Johnson C. Smith's possession, and Ross gets a go-ahead 3 to drop that fires up the Brave Boy crowd. Amir Hinton back right quick with it, this time showing off the passing skills. He starts us off with this no-look to Jeremy Taylor in the corner for 3. Then another no-look pass, this time in the paint to Darius Hicks for the slam. But Roderick Ross came out in the first half to give us this work. This 3-ball ties the game up at 41 all. Amir Hinton coming back down the court. He pump fakes Aaron Adair out of his sneakers and gives Shaw the 43-41 lead. Then we got Rock Ross one-on-one with Hinton, crossover to the step back fadeaway splash. That one ties it up at 43. Roddy and Amar jawing at each other going down the court. You can see Ross telling Hinton, I do this stuff too, my dude. Amir looking to give the Shaw Bears the lead going into the half. He takes a contested shot at the top of the key that bricks off the side of the rim. It's 43-43, all tied up at the half, and you can tell by that jersey untuck and the face Amir went into the locker room with that he was coming back out ready to ball in the second half. He had a nice little pull-up for 2 to get things started. Then Alex Owens finds Hinton on the break, and you can just call him the Carpenter because he stays with the hammer. Amir with the one-bounce, one-handed slam. Let's go baseline this time with the strong hang time finish and 1. Shaw's up 3, but the Smith sideline alphas don't seem to be worried.
We down 3. We good. We down 3.
But it is a Shaw fan in the building ready to let them know what it is.
We down 3. We down 3. We good.
And what it is Amir Hinton is a straight-up hooper. How about an in-and-out to Euro step lay? Bet that. Smith not about to go out sad, though. Casey Minor sticks a 3, then gets back on D and forces a shot clock violation. Next, he gets an offensive board and a putback, and just like that, the Golden Bulls retake the lead.
Can you please get the scoreboard? Can you get the scoreboard?
But man, oh man, Amir Hinton. He went 10 for 10 with 27 points in the second half alone. Here he has another Euro step bucket for us. Then a steal, and another Euro step bucket. This guy came to Charlotte to ball point blank, period. Shaw back up 1, 70-69. Amir Hinton dribbling at the top of the key with the mean mug on the ISO. Get up out of his way. Man, this dude ain't playing no games with y'all. Another strong Hinton jam that gives Shaw the lead. But on the very next possession, Casey Minor, off balance, falling, layup, drops in, ties it back up. The top was about to come off of Brave Boy Jim at this point, but Amir Hinton has the ball, and he just as cool as he ever was. He takes it to the hoop, draws the contact, gets the foul. The Smith fans don't like it, but Hinton's going to the line. Tie game, 1:22 left to play. He hits both free throws. Smith back down the court on the next possession. Irvin Bennett calls his own number, takes it to the cup, gets fouled, hits the shot, makes his free throw, and gives Johnson C. Smith the 1-point lead, 82-81. Another foul sends Amir Hinton to the line, where he cashes both. Shaw now up 83-82. Smith got a couple of chances to get a go-ahead bucket, but they miss them both. Shaw gets the ball back. JCSU with what looks like a great trap on Derek Randolph, but it's called a foul. The Brave Boy crowd is beyond irate. Randolph to the line, sinks them both. Shaw has an 85-82 lead. You see my guy from Shaw is on live with the smoke now. He comes over, shows me some love on there.
Hey, what's your name, man? HBCU Gameday.
He got Big Bro Alpha who's like, nah fam, it ain't even over yet. You can't get this type of atmosphere anywhere but HBCU hoops, I'm telling you. Shaw Bears feeling good about their 3-point lead. Roderick Ross down on the other end looking to tie it up from deep. No good. The ball finds its way into Casey Minor's hands, but Amir Hinton out of nowhere with the strip. Derek Randolph gets the steal, hits Amir on the bounce pass for the easy lay, the Antoine Walker shimmy, and a 5-point Shaw lead with under 10 seconds left to play. It definitely seemed over after that, but Aaron Adair gets the bucket on a Roddick Ross miss to make it a 3-point game, and Shaw throws it off the backboard on the inbounds, giving JCSU 0.7 seconds to try to get a game-tying 3, but Ross's effort is well short, and Shaw gets the 87-84 win on the road. Amir Hinton gives us a 40-piece combo with 3 steals and 3 assists on the side, and they turned all the way up in the locker room after this big victory on the road.
I told y'all guys at halftime I'm proud of you. I told y'all before the game y'all guys were coming to team. I said you playing against a legendary coach, Coach Jordan. Big time environment here. You playing on the road. Y'all guys got to go through some stuff. Y'all persevere. We persevere now. And you know, but let me tell y'all something. Can I coach? Yes, sir. Hold on 1 second. Let's coach. Now let me tell y'all guys something. We up by 5 points. About a couple minutes on the shot clock. You know, the ball game is never over until it's 0-0. Yes, you gotta keep your composure. Yes, now, listen to me, guys. We gotta do a better job of keeping our composure. The game is not over until it's over with. Yes, great team. She's a great team. The team got fighting, right?
Yes, every away game we play, the crowd usually they trying to get in my head and trying to dictate my game and try to get me out of my game, but I didn't expect it to be like this, but it was fun. These last couple road games, guys, people have been knowing my name and calling me by my name and saying I'm not going to get this, I'm not going to get that, but it's fun. I love it. I thrive off of it. Where I come from is, like you said, I'm from Philly, so that's all we know. Growing up in the playground, stuff like that, we talk a lot of trash, stuff like that. So it's big for us because we got a great group of guys here back me up just as well as I back them up. They back me up. If I'm down, they pick me up. If I'm missing, I know I can count on my teammates to make the shots. So it's big for the group and for the team. How we gelling and how we coming together in this point in the season.
Pretty much this whole season, man, the crowd, everywhere we go, man, the crowd has always been crazy against us. Because, you know, we got the #1 scorer in the country. Amir, he always do his thing. We got a really good team, man, so everybody just tend to target us, man. Plus, we're a really fun team to watch. I feel like we tend to get our crowd and the other crowd into the game. So that's one thing just over the sprint of the season, man. I just feel like we just one of them teams that just really just bring out that energy for the crowd, home or away. The game plan is, man, for me to be his teammate, man, my job is to take the pressure off him and make the game easier for him. So me hitting my shots just open it up for him, so they ain't got to double him, they got to guard me and him. So at the end of the day, my job is to take the pressure off him and help him get his game up.
No pressure. I've been in the lights before, big stages, big games. It's nothing to me. You know, you just got to be a leader, lead your team, do the right things. It was a gritty game. You know, they at home. They wanted to win. We wanted to win. We needed to win. We fought strong. Got some defensive stops. That was about it. We know every team they gonna count on Amir. So what we told him was we got your back. As long as they keep doing that, they gonna get out the double team.
You know, I'm a North Philly guy, you know what I'm saying? I got people in Chicago, you know, we all around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Philly, on Broad Street.
Everywhere. Everyone ain't never there.
Brandon, Florida. South Chicago.
You know, Raleigh. Coconut Grove.
Hey, but listen, shout out to Bun, man. Shout out to Bun. Shout out to Bun, man. Shout out to Bun. Hold on, Duval.
Off one.
What was up?
I'll show you.
Now, if that don't don't make you love HBCU hoops? This is probably not for you. I took you to the highlights, the locker room. What more do you want? Shaw, Johnson C. Smith, anytime these two teams match up, lock the doors. It's going to be a cage fight. The atmosphere here was bananas. I had guys on the sideline, people in the crowd. Amir Hinton is starting to get called out by name, but that really didn't faze Smith. Roddick Ross had a big game. Casey Minor had a big game. I think Smith's coming together, and this CIAA South, getting interesting. Now let's take it up to the MEAC, our boy Steven Season, Stephen Michael Thompson, Big Baller Brand, whatever you want to call him. He's at Morgan State, Coppin State. Like I said on the podcast, this is Avon versus Prop Joe, East versus West, all my wireheads, all the cliches. We're going to take it up to Stephen Michael Thompson. Big Steve, holler at me.
What's up, y'all? This is Stephen Thompson, the HBCU Fastbreak for HBCU Gameday. Now, I'm here at Coppin. The game is over. The men lost. Morgan men lost to Coppin. Close game by 2. And the women of Morgan pretty much blew out Coppin. So it's 1-1 for the Morgan Coppin series for both teams. Now we will get Morgan Coppin in a few weeks. Next to Morgan, they have a week off. They have SC State next week. And Coppin, they're going to ride out on this run. So this is Stephen Thompson coming live from Coppin State University for the HBCU Fastbreak.
Thank you, Steven Season. That's our guy from Morgan State giving you the rundown from Baltimore. We're going to swing the rock back to the CIAA South, down to the Trefo, SJG, the godfather himself. He's at Livingstone, Winston-Salem State. Hey, yo, Steve, what's poppin'?
Over the last couple of years, Livingstone and WSSU has been a really good rivalry in the CIAA Southern Division. Saturday was no different. Roger Ray is a baller. The kid hit 33 points. Livingstone needed every one of them as they came up with the 83-82 win. And, of course, my man Lydell Elmore, he just continued to do what he does, skying above the rim. This team is fun to watch. WSSU, they were right there, couldn't get it done.
All right, SJG, I appreciate you. We done heard from both Steves. We done got a little bit of MEAC. We done got a whole lot of CIAA. And we're going to run all the scores from Saturday night right now. Fast break.
Let's stay in the CIAA South, go a little bit east over to Fayetteville. Jaquel Richmond hits a big-time three-pointer. Richmond finished the game with 19 points. Hitting 95 north, we stop in Bowie, Maryland, PG County, and Bowie State outlasts Elizabeth City State in a double overtime thriller 88-87. Remember early in January where it's looking like Chowan might mess around and win the CIAA? Well, things have kind of gone south in Murfreesboro, and Virginia Union got the win in Richmond 70-55. Terrell Leach, 21 points. And Monday night, he gets a chance to match up against his former team as Virginia Union hosts Winston-Salem State. Oh boy. I'll tell you who hasn't fallen off, and that's Virginia State. They pick up an 85-75 win in the CIAA battle of blue and orange, beating up Lincoln. They are now 19-3 and 11-0 in the CIAA. Clearly, they are the favorites heading into the CIAA tournament, well, at least as we got a couple weeks to go. That's it for the CIAA men. Let's check out the ladies. Fayetteville State, they took care of St. Aug 58-40. Winston-Salem State got the win over Livingstone 90-82. The story of the game, and really one of the best stories this season, has been Brianna Pate. She had a huge game, 27-17. I'm talking Lisa Leslie 1998 LA Sparks numbers. You didn't think I knew that, did you? JCSU, man, they climbed all over Shaw, 89-58. Man, there was a time when Shaw women's basketball, man, you just roll out the carpet. They were going to beat whoever they got put in front of them, but oh man, it's tough times for Shaw right now. I'll tell you who's rolling right now for real, and that's Virginia Union. They pick up a 55-51 win over Chowan, and our girl Sharika McNeil, she has really been doing that. She's only a sophomore. She's averaging over 22 a game, leading the CIAA. Now, the Lincoln women were able to get the better of Virginia State, 51-49, and our girls at Bowie State, they got the dub as well, 70-53 over Elizabeth City State. All right, let's check out the MEAC. Maryland Eastern Shore, put some respect on their name, 63-61 over South Carolina State. This was a much-needed win for them. Up in Baltimore, Morgan State taking on Coppin State, East Side versus West Side, and this time is Coppin State coming up with a 73-71 win. Savannah State gets a 76-73 win over Delaware State in Dover in its last trip as a MEAC member up to Delaware. Now, a couple weeks ago, Wiley and myself were at North Carolina Central as they took on Bethune-Cookman and won pretty handily. This time, Bethune-Cookman returns the favor as the predicted MEAC champs beat the defending MEAC champs 74-64. Now we should be talking about how Norfolk State came back from 24 points down to pick up an 80-78 win and improve to 8-0 in the MEAC, or how RJ Cole dropped 29 points. But instead, we got to talk about the fight. Now I told you about Florida A&M a second ago. They picked up a big feather in their cap on Saturday. They beat North Carolina A&T, man, and they beat them good, 63-39. All right, let's flip it over to the ladies. Bethune-Cookman, 72. North Carolina Central, 54. Wasn't much of a game. A little bit closer up in Dover as Delaware State picks up the 66-58 win over Savannah State. And the North Carolina A&T women, they stay perfect down in Florida, 56-48. The Aggie women look like they are for real, for real. Meanwhile, Norfolk State, 74-70 lost to Howard University. Now, they were unbeaten in the MEAC as well until last week. A little bit of a slide for the ladies from NSU. Maryland Eastern Shore took care of South Carolina State 63-43 for a sweep along with the men. And the women's battle of Baltimore goes to Morgan State 74-57.
So there you have it, the scores from the CIAA and the MEAC on this Black History Saturday. I'm going to kick it back down to Tolly Carr. He's not only got your scores from the SIAC and the SWAC, we got a SWAC double dip from Dominique Monday and Wilton Jackson. Hey, yo, Tolly, what's going on down there in the Super Bowl?
Okay, thanks, guys, for that update from the CIAA and the MEAC. Man, look at all these people here downtown Atlanta and the NFL experience. I'm looking for Kaepernick. Kaepernick is... I don't think he made the trip. Man, if we had this many people for the celebration, but okay, off my soapbox. More basketball. Let's go down to Jackson State University. Wilton Jackson is there as the Tigers host Mississippi Valley State.
What's up, HBCU Game Day? I'm Wilton Jackson here from the Lee E. Williams Athletic and Assembly Center, where the Jackson State men's basketball team narrowly defeated Mississippi Valley 61-57 to remain tied for third place in SWAC conference play. JSU and Mississippi Valley went toe-to-toe in the game. Jontrell Walker dribbles to his left and uses a Euro step to finish on a layup in traffic to tie the game at 47. But Mississippi Valley would respond as Dante Scott dribbles to the lane and finishes with his left hand, and the three-point play, Delta Devils led by 3, 50-47. The Tigers, in need of a bucket, and who better else to answer the call than Walker, who knocks down the first of his 2 3-pointers late in the half. JSU led 51-50. And then the dribble penetration from Tigers' Benji Wallace allows him to find Walker for the biggest three-pointer of the game, and JSU led 58-54. But hold tight, it's not over yet. Valley Scott gives Tiger Khalil Spencer a crossover and a spin move and knocks down a jumper in the lane. The Delta Devils trailed 58-56. But after a pair of free throws from Walker and one by Javius McKinnis, Valley's Tariq Eckwood missed on a three-point opportunity as the Tigers held on to defeat the Delta Devils 61-57. Tigers' Christina Ellis dribbles to the middle of the court to find Summer Williams, who dishes it to Kaja Lucky for a three-pointer. But the Lady Tigers did not solely rely on the three-ball. For the Devilettes, on the other hand, the three-ball was their bread and butter in the first quarter, like this long three-pointer from Christy Parker, who led the team in scoring with 12 points in the contest. Looking to keep the game close, Sydney Ward turns the ball over and Janiyah Talley pushes the ball up court and dishes it to Ellis, who finishes on the layup in transition. From there, the Lady Tigers remained in control. JSU used the three-ball with this three from Lucky and a corner three-pointer from Ellis to pour on the points as the Lady Tigers led the Devilettes 42-27 at halftime. In the second half, it was all Lady Tigers and the Mo Hamer show as she puts in a basket in the paint to get JSU going. Then, after a steal by Ellis, she finds Hamer in transition for a layup. Hamer scored 15 of her 22 points in the second half as the Lady Tigers defeated the Devilettes 87-56.
The Lady Tigers of Texas Southern came into this game looking to extend their 3-game winning streak. Here we have Isis Lane making a nice move inside and gets it to go. Alabama State gets out on a fast break here, and Arlethea Gibson uses a nice little Euro step to get to the basket. Alabama State inbounds the ball to Ayanna Emanuel, who makes a nice move to the goal but comes up short on the shot, but luckily her teammate Tatiana Calhoun is there for the putback. Alabama State's Ayanna Emanuel almost goes out of bounds but finds her teammate Zamoya Clark, who's there for the and one with the approval from her teammates. Texas Southern's Catherine Ogulagwe makes a nice power move inside and gets it to go. Texas Southern gets out on the break here as Nia Mitchell finds an open teammate Olivia Cunningham for the nice finish. In the end, it was too much Alabama State. Alabama State defeats Texas Southern 58-51, stopping Texas Southern's winning streak at 3. Texas Southern gets off to a great start here with Tyreek Armstrong and a nice finger roll off the glass. Eden Ewing gets the nice one-handed jumper to go on the inside. After a couple passes, Alabama State finds Toby open for a three-pointer in the corner. For Alabama State, it was just one of those days. The Hornets have 4 opportunities on this possession to get a ball to go, and they can't quite get it. Jeremy Combs makes a nice move inside, scoring 2 of his 29 points. The Tigers win big, 83-59 over Alabama State.
People here downtown Atlanta enjoying a little street magician. Would there be any magic in the SIAC this weekend? Let's go to the scoreboard and find out.
Well, we led the show with news about Shekyla Hill's latest quadruple double that came in a 20-point win over UAPB. Again, she is the first player ever, men's or women's college basketball in Division I, to record more than one quadruple double. Jackson State with the win over Valley. Southern big over Alcorn State. Sticking with the SWAC women, it was Prairie View over A&M, and Alabama State on the road by a touchdown over Texas Southern. Let's go over to the men's side. Grambling getting back on the winning side of things with the win over UAPB. Jackson State at home, a close one over their big rival in Mississippi. A 4-point win there. Alcorn State defeats Southern. Prairie View gets a piece of A&M, and Texas Southern reminds Alabama State, this is not football. You can't just be the best in your division. You've got to be the best of the pack. And boy, they put the smack down on the Hornets, 83-59. Let's go over to the SIAC. All the Atlanta teams out of town over the weekend because of the big game. Well, not because of the big game. It just happened that way, I guess. Clark Atlanta, man, they are one of the hottest teams after a cold start in the conference. 10-point win over Fort Valley State. Lane almost woulda, shoulda, coulda, but Tuskegee with the 2-point win. Miles has cooled off a bit. Lemoyne Owen gets by them. Benedict's waking up a little bit. They give the pain to pain. Morehouse, it was close. It's still a dub over Albany State by a tray, and Spring Hill over Central State. Let's go over to the SIAC women. Fort Valley State over Clark Atlanta. Miles squeezes by Lemoyne Owen. Tuskegee squeezes by Lane. Man, some tight games for the ladies. Benedict and Payne, not so tight there, but Spring Hill and Central State, you got your money's worth there. A 2-point victory for Spring Hill. All right, our Hampton and Tennessee State update on the men's side. High Point, look, we're just going to give it up to High Point. They gave $1 million to Benedict, so we're just going to cheer for you, High Point. You beat Hampton 85-69, and Tennessee State with the win over Southeast Missouri State. On the women's side, same thing, rolling over the Lady Pirates, and Tennessee State women with the victory over Southeast Missouri State.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this trip around the big game experience. Man, I got Edward here. Edward is an HBCU alum. Where'd you go to school?
Albany State University.
Albany State. They had a big game this weekend, taking on Morehouse. Have you enjoyed this NFL experience in Atlanta so far?
It's been beautiful. See all the black people doing what they're supposed to do, baby.
All right, thanks a lot for hanging out. So you're a Q as well, right? All right, Edward representing here on HBCU Game Day. You see all the people for the entire family. I'm Tolly Carr. Hope you enjoyed the show, enjoyed the big game weekend. We'll talk to you soon.